Stream crashed again while I was away. So that's fun. Okay, so found the equation I was looking for. Orbital period. So the one I was looking at originally was based on orbital speed, radius, and period. This one is based on orbital period, the radius, universal gravitational constant, and the mass of the planet, which, if we assume it's the mass of Earth, it's probably the best assumption we get. We can figure this out. So it's going to come down to R is the cube root of square of the period times gravitational constant times the mass of the planet that we're orbiting divided by 4 pi squared. So cube root of all that. Let's have at it. So our time was 12 hours. We're probably going to have to change that to, let's see. We're going to have to change that to seconds. Mass is kilograms. G. Yeah, we're going to change it to seconds. Okay, so 12 hours times 60 minutes times that many seconds. 43,200. And we're going to square that. Just double check and make sure we're not disconnecting again. Multiply it by the gravitational constant, which is 6.673 times 10 to the negative 11. 6.673 times 10 to the negative 11 times by mass of the Earth. I'm going to have to look that one up. Let's just say 6 times 10 to the 24 kilograms. 6 times 10 to the 24 kilograms. Divide that by 4 times pi squared. To the cube root that. So that is the orbital radius. Oh, that is not very far away. Let's just round it to 27 million. Seems like a big number. That's in meters. If I did all my calculations right, 27 million meters, which would be about 27,000 kilometers. That's the orbital radius. Now, but that's from the center of the planet. Okay, if we're assuming that this has the radius of Earth, the Skyrim world, which is 6,378. That means 27,000, subtract 6,378, 20,622 kilometers away. Seems like a big number. That's really, really, really close. That is really close. Extremely close. The moon right now, what is the distance to moon? Is the actual moon. I want it in kilometers. Dang it. Yeah. 384,400 kilometers. So that means 384,400 divided by it's about 18 and a half times closer than the actual moon. Maybe that's why it's brighter. Maybe that's why it could shine through the clouds so easily. Just a little over 20,000 kilometers. That's how close it is. How close would it have to be to get ripped apart by tidal forces? What's the Schwarzschild radius? Oh no, it's black hole. What's the word I'm looking for? Roche limit. That's the one I'm looking for. Okay, so what is the Roche limit? That is the distance at which, if our moon were to get close enough, like if it were to spiral in towards Earth for some reason, that's the distance where it would start to get ripped apart by the tidal forces of Earth. Basically get ripped into shreds and turned into a ring. If you want to get technical, it's where the gravity holding the moon together is weaker than the gravity of the Earth pulling on it. That's that limit. And according to space.com, that limit is 18,000 kilometers. So we are dangerously close to that limit on Skyrim's world. I wouldn't be surprised if you could actually see Skyrim's moon. It would probably be really stressed. It's not going to be very spherical. It's going to start being only within. It's just like 2,000 kilometers away from being within that limit. That's pretty close. That's really, really close. That's how close it'd have to be to account for how fast it's going across the sky. Holy cow. But that's assuming we're on an Earth-like planet. It's orbiting in a circular path, which kind of seems like it. I don't really recall the shadow's length stayed about the same from when the moon rose to when it set. It still doesn't really account for also how is it able to illuminate the planet the whole time? Because if it's if it's going around within 12 hours and it's going along the equator, and the sun's going along the equator, that means we should be getting eclipses during the day when there's going to be some points during the day where the moon is going through this, because if it's going around in 12 hours, it's going around twice every day, right? So that means we should be getting an eclipse every day because the sun's going straight over it, the moon's going straight over. Should be getting eclipses every day because it means they're aligned in the sky. They're going straight overhead, both of them exactly. I mean, this wild assumptions here because it's really hard to. A lot of clouds. There's a lot of clouds in the game, and not booting it up again because it's been crashing. So yeah, some interesting findings there. Not quite as wacky as the other one we did, Hogwarts Legacy. We found that the sun rose in the south, set in the north. That was weird. At least in Skyrim, rise in the east, set in the west. At least that was there. But besides the rapid daily cycle, it does have a moon that is hauling around the planet. Likely close enough that it's going to start getting ripped to shreds by the gravitational forces of the planet. And could be turned into a nice little ring system around the world. Not familiar with the name of the world, by the way. Skyrim. What's the name of the world? Forgot. I like it. I like the game. I'm just not like deep in the lore. So sorry, Skyrim fans. Don't know the name of the overall world. Elder Scrolls Land. Anyway. Yeah, there we go. There's astronomy in a game. Yikes. Skyrim's moon is going to get ripped to shreds and turned into a ring. Yep. That's what I conclude. So, thanks for hanging around. Sorry about the jumpy disconnections. I didn't catch that early on. I'll have to go review what I missed, what was missed, and what got cut out. It's kind of a shame. But yeah, thanks for sticking around. It's a lot of fun. I think that was way more fun than the Hogwarts Legacy, because at least we had some clear shadows and I could skip time a little quicker. I like that feature. Got to find other games where I can do that. Yeah, well, appreciate hanging out with me and watching this. If you're watching on Twitch, you can go find me on YouTube at Mundane Fantasy. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can come watch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/smarmymarmy. Today's kind of an odd day for me. I usually stream Star Wars: The Old Republic on the weekends, walking through some story of the bounty hunter. I've also got an Instagram. I've got some other stuff kind of building up slowly, but at least YouTube, Twitch. Just recently, finally, just gave in, downloaded TikTok. I've been holding off on that for a long time. Finally did it. Trying to get used to that. So I might get that linked up here too. Having some fun there. We will meet again later. Don't forget to appreciate the extraordinary in the ordinary. Take some time to appreciate the little things around you. Take care. Stay safe.